What's up? So it is about 13:45 in the Saturday afternoon. And if you hear shit in the background, that is the church across the street putting up the nativity because this week is Thanksgiving and Black Friday and the annual tree lighting in town. Boring as fuck. so, um, yeah, this video is gonna be about. It's an about me video, and it's about me being sensitive and shit. Cause since I got CPTSD and shit, it's hard for me to even enjoy certain things because my emotions are high half the time. But lately they've been calm. But it depends on what the situation is. Like this morning, I didn't go to bed till like 7:30, give or take, because I was up watching TV and then talking to Bella. And when I was talking to her, um, like I have major trust issues because dealing with a narcissistic sociopath who gaslights my mother. It's hard for me to trust anybody. It's hard for me to believe what other people say in a positive light about me and stuff. So, I'm sensitive, desensitized by many things. So it's hard for me to, accept positive feedback and positivity in general sometimes. Um, I also have abandonment issues as well because my friends, they come and go, they ditch me. Ashley and Renee ditched me this year, basically. And that sucks. Like like I brought that up in my quarantine David. But yeah, like that really pissed me off and hurt. But this morning, like I was crying because I was just I don't feel worthy of Bella's love, and I've told her this before because it's so surreal that I have somebody that gives a fuck about me, that wants to see me succeed, that wants to um be all I can be, you know, and it's really hard to accept that and roll with it. It's really hard to accept because my brain's like, no, that's danger. Get the fuck away from it, and all this shit. And it's really hard. It's so hard. Another downside of being sensitive is, well, I mean, it's an upside downside deal of it. Like, I'm more open minded to things, so I understand what's going on. And, like, it sucks. Like, I'll watch something and be so into it that I end up crying because it's so damn good. Or, um, it depends on what the fuck it is. If it's either a romance flick or if it's just a regular movie I was watching, some aspect of that will make me cry, and I hate that sometimes. But at the same time, I'm glad I'm sensitive and not completely desensitized. It's just sometimes it's hard for me to articulate how I'm feeling, so I just say I don't know because I have a hard time articulating my feelings. But for the most part, I, have learned how to do that and do a lot better with it as well. Um, it's been really rough and shit. Like I watched the Fresh Prince of Bel Air reunion this morning. That was pure nostalgia, but that also hurt too because there's so many moments with that hit home for me, especially with Will's father because I went through that shit. Yeah, I think I brought that up before, but if I didn't, I'll reiterate for you. I have three dads. One birthed me, kicked me to the curb at 14 months. The other one stuck around for a while, and my mother divorced him. And then he died of a heart attack 1, 2, 3 years ago. And my third father, he's been in my life since I was 4, so he's been around the longest. And sometimes he doesn't act like a dad. Honestly, he's just like there. So it's hard. But I don't know. It's one of them things, you know. Ain't much you can do about it. I mean, you try to open a dialogue and it's like brick wall. So I don't know. It's rough. Like, I hate being sensitive. I hate the fact that I fucking cry when he's a poo. Like, it's so frustrating. Like, I would like to watch something and not cry at it. And I've been lucky. I've watched a few things and not cried at them, which is nice. But there are other things that I'll watch and it's like, and it's just so hard. And I hate the stigma of this era where being sensitive is seen as bad or negative, or, you know, you're not allowed to have feels. Like, they're feelings, they're real things that you're feeling. Like, it's normal, you know, crying isn't ugly. Like, it's not ugly at all. It means you're fucking human. I do enough of that shit. I do enough of that shit. Um, you know, like, I was never raised to think that crying was bad. It was normal. You know, if I had something going on and I couldn't handle it, you know, I cried and I was comforted. You know, I wasn't told, you know, man the fuck up, be a man, quit being such a pussy and all that shit, you know. That's that doesn't help. That's toxic traits and shit I don't want to be around. Um, you know, it's good to be sensitive. It helps because, you know, the world we're in, you know, sometimes you gotta have a thick skin for it, but, you know, it's also good to be soft about it as well because it helps. But, you know, I am a walking contradiction on it, so. Um, I don't know. It hurt. I think the worst, you know, I was, you know, going back to Crystal, and this is one of those touchstones in my life that I can go back to. Um, you know, well, not even Crystal. Crystal's like the most powerful touchstone in my life, but going further back, you know, I would cry at series finales because they were going off the air and I didn't get to watch them again. Now I can rewatch them. But, you know, the impact still hurts just as bad when I watched it the first time. Um, but when I lost Crystal, that really, like, cut me deeper than I thought it was going to cut. And it really hurt a lot. It doesn't hurt as much as it does today, but the mindset I developed after her death was that, you know, everybody's going to die on me, so I don't get too attached to people. And, you know, when you break my trust and shit, you know, I gave Ash and Renee like 30% trust. And they didn't give a fuck. So now I'm back to the trust level of X-Files. Trust no one, Mr. Mulder. That's how I rolled for a long time. Trust no one. Because the minute you trust somebody, you let them in and that gives them an edge on you. So, you know, I stayed to the point of not trusting anybody. And I still don't trust people because what the fuck's the point if they're just gonna, you know, burn you or, you know, sell you out or screw you over, you know? And I get why it takes so long to trust somebody because if it's someone new and you get immediately attached to them, they seem like the perfect person. But then you never know what's on the other side of that coin until you really get to know them. Oh, that's one. That felt good. Tasted like chocolate milk on graham crackers. And we don't have chocolate milk. We got graham crackers, one of the ones I like. What else was there? It's hard to trust, and being sensitive about that, because that's like one of my core things is that, I'm sensitive. So if you can't handle being sensitive about shit, you know, why the fuck are you around? Like, get the stepping. Step out the way, let the other motherfucker through that's gonna stick around because you couldn't handle it. Um, it's hard. It's very, very hard to just function sometimes, and it sucks. Thankfully, I haven't had many meltdowns, which is really nice because I hate when I have a meltdown. Like, oh my god, rough. Like, my meltdowns were legendary. Like, if I had an average meltdown for me meant, because I'd get sensitive about something or I'd be upset and shit. An average meltdown for me was picking up my scabs and then, just bleeding for a while and then, cleaning them up, and then that was that. And then I'd feel a lot better. And then I would go blow some heads off in gears or whatever. Um, but now I don't do that as much either, which is nice. I remember I used to have some harsh ticks and shit when nose. Ugh. That's better. I used to have really harsh ticks where I'd itch and have to, scratch, 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 and then it'll be a scab. I'm like, great. Um, but sensitivity is something that everybody has. Most people just lock it away because they don't know how to handle it or confront it or deal with it, and they see it as weakness. And it's not really weakness; it's a strength. And if anybody tells you it's a weakness, they are so full of shit because they can't handle their own problems and their own damage. Like, I handle my damage fairly well, given whatever it is. I mean, nothing's easy at all. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it correctly. Um, I don't know, just sensitivity sucks, but it's also a gift because some people actually cherish that while others don't really cherish it. But me, I'm glad I'm sensitive, but it does suck sometimes. Like, and it really does play. It really does play into mental health because it's hard for you. It's hard for me to confront my feelings sometimes. But then I'll sit back and think about it and be like, okay, this is what's wrong. This is what I gotta work on. This is how I gotta, you know, handle it and absorb it and deal with it, basically. So that's fun, but yeah, most of the time I just play Red Dead Redemption and think over shit to get back into my mode. So yeah, but yeah, that's one of my main issues is being sensitive. It's hard. Yeah, go away, fucking Funko. um, yeah. So I think that's about it. Uh, Another thing that I miss is hugs. Definitely miss those a lot. I miss mom's hugs the most because I don't get hugs in this house. This is a house of no love, honestly, which sucks. Like, when you grow up with a narcissistic sociopath who gaslights and is in utter denial about that, and is a control freak on top of that, it's nasty. Um, like it's just really hard to be sometimes. That's why I'm always in my room. It's easier to be in my room versus um being around her because I can't stand that cunt's attitude. Like she thinks she's doing well by me, but she's really not. She doesn't know. She doesn't understand the meaning of the word no. She's like a rapist who never learned that word in her category, basically. Oh no, vocabulary. That's what I meant. Yeah. They never learn that word in their vocabulary. And it's frustrating. Like she wants me to go work out and stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to go to the gym. I'm not in that. I'm in a good place now. I'm not ready to go work out like you want me to. And yeah, I do need to work out and shit, but I'll go when I'm ready, not when you're ready. That's the difference between me and her is that she wants to go right away, and I'm like, no. But she don't want to hear it, so she resorts to blackmail. But I don't know. It's annoying. So yeah, it's a frustration thing. So I'm gonna get off of here, upload this motherfucker, and I'll be back with another vid. So stay tuned.